What's up, man?
Nothing much. Episode 29.
I got a question for you.
What's that?
Are you ready?
Dude, I thought... That's so funny. I was like, I want to find a way to introduce that in, and you just did it for me. So
yeah. So, do you know what song that was?
Ball tongue. So, we're gonna do a ranking episode today, and
yes,
we're gonna do it the hard way. Korn is one of our favorite bands. We've shared a lot of experiences with them, with each other, and I just wanted to do a ranking album.
It's been a minute.
It's been
a minute since we've done anything ranking.
Yeah, I've been listening to them since 1998.
That is weird because I have been listening to him since '98 too.
Yeah.
Well, you said how do you get involved with them and stuff, and I have. It's a crazy story, so we'll keep going, and we'll get you into it.
My first thing was I was going into seventh grade. And my friend Mike, my best friend Mike, we were at King Cone. And at the sign Rock of Ages, which is an old, that's where you went when you lived where we lived to get CDs. I went there many a time, but I was very oldies. I didn't listen to a lot and a lot of new stuff. I think the newest band I was listening to was Collective Soul, So
I agree.
And it said meet Korn, and I don't remember the date. And my buddy Mike was like, dude, I have friends that listen to them, and they are super weird. They have this song, and he goes, they have a song that goes, twist, twist, twist. And I was like, oh, okay. All right. And my whole time, I'm sitting there eating. I'm like, Korn with a K, huh?
Yeah.
All right, well, maybe not my thing. Well, later on, I think it was halfway through seventh grade. Man, I am watching Box Music Channel, and this song called Korn Got the Life. I just see it. It just starts, and the beginning is I think it's the beginning of It's On. And they're just walking up with a boombox up to the car, and they close the car door. And I'm like, what is this sound? It was like a wave. I was like, what is this? What am I listening to right now? And then the clink of the link, I'm like, what are these instruments I'm hearing?
Yeah, no.
And then all of a sudden, hey, sometimes I'm worried. And I'm like, oh my God, what is this? Dude, I'm blown away. What am I listening to? And all of a sudden, it drops down, get your boogie on. And I'm like, dude, first time I ever heard it, I was like, oh, I just shed my skin, and I was like, I'm addicted. I'm addicted to this right now. And I was like, this is incredible. And I remember showing my dad. I was like, listen to this band. And my dad was like, whoa, that's pretty intense. And dude, I was addicted to it. It was on TRL. It's getting voted in. It was the first song ever retired on TRL, and it was number 1 when it retired. And I was like, dude, this band is amazing. I got to get this album. And the album had the album art was from Todd McFarlane, and I was huge into Spawn at the moment. Yes. So, dude, it was just a perfect, here it is, Ryan. And I got the CD, and it tripped me out that the first minute. We'll talk about the album later, but
yeah.
The Follow the Leader came on, and after that, I was just hooked. I was like, dude, this band is crazy sounding, and it's been with me ever since. I was how old was I? 11, 12?
Yeah. I think I was around 11, 12. Yeah.
Yeah, 37 now, and I've been absolutely hooked ever since. So
yeah,
that's
Isn't
me.
It amazing.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
Yeah.
So it's weird because I remember this day so distinctively. Because there's multiple reasons why. It was St. Patty's Day weekend, and we were at my neighbor's house. Our kid down the street, his parents were throwing a party, so we're all dressed up in green. But the Red Wings were on too, so that's the whole reason we were just going to watch the Red Wings. It was Red Wings versus Flyers. We were watching this game, and we got our ass completely smoked, 6-1.
Really?
And me and my buddy were like, dude, let's go play like video games. You know, we were like, let's get out of here. Their parents are all partying, whatever. So we went up to his dad. It was kind of like a music dude. He had vinyl and a bunch of shit, you know, and that's where all the video games were in this room he had. So we're playing Mortal Kombat, and my buddy's like, I'm gonna put some music on. I was like, yeah, whatever, you know. This time, 98, I was into Green Day. I was into 311. Like I liked 311. Like you said, Collective Soul. Like I was into Collective Soul.
Right, like alternative rock. Like that's what was
Nirvana,
around.
Radiohead, like that kind of shit. That's what I somewhat listened to then, you know. So we're playing music, and he put in. This is before though, the Deftones.
Nice.
Deftones, and so I'm like, whoa. I was like, dude, what the hell is this? You know, I was like, I've never even heard music like this before. And he goes, oh, wait, I got to show you this. So this is my dad's CD. He throws in Life is Peachy.
Oh.
First song on Life is Peachy is Twist.
So
I was just like, what is this? He goes, you got to listen to this. This is so crazy. I was like, okay. So we're sitting there playing freaking Mortal Kombat, listening to Life is Peachy. I think we got through a majority of the CD. Dude, I kept telling my buddy, I remember going to school and be like, what was that band?
Yeah.
Dude, that was so intense. Like, I've never heard anything like this before.
Right.
And he's like, oh, man, I think it's called Korn. I was like, shut up, dude. Seriously.
Yeah.
He's like, what is it, though? And he's like, no, I'm serious. So, anyways, that Christmas, so Christmas of 98, I asked for Follow the Leader for Christmas, and I got it for Christmas. So,
nice.
Dude, like I said, I'll never forget that because the Red Wings first got their ass whooped, and we just got off a win on the Stanley Cup. So that was just a shitty ass fucking game.
Yeah.
And yeah, dude, and that's when it introduced me to the new metal genre.
Yeah.
The heavy guitars, the hip hop influences, and whatever you want to, intense vocals.
Yeah.
Dude.
Just a little bit
awesome.
on Life is Peachy.
Awesome. Dude, that's how I got kicked. And
yeah.
then, so, I moved to Garden City in 99. Summer of 99, I finished 8th grade and moved into Garden City. And my buddy ended up moving later in that summer. So I don't remember where he moved, but we used to keep in contact, randomly calling each other. But then he moved again, and I never got in contact with him again. Dang. So it's almost like, I met you then.
Yeah.
At the same time. So it's like you kind of took over with that.
Yeah.
Same kind of music that
right.
we kind of fucking enjoy. So it was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Never forget it. It was awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. So we're gonna rank these, and you and I talked about this for a while. Like, we're gonna do it the hard way. We're gonna put them in order. We're not gonna put them in tiers. We're going 1 to 13, and it's just gonna be the hard way. And a lot of people are gonna disagree. A lot of people are gonna agree. Just because one's behind the other doesn't mean it's necessarily bad. But
no, you said 1 to 13.
That's it. Is it 13?
It's 14.
14. Excuse me. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm losing count. So, I went back and re-listened to everything, and because I was like, you know what? If I'm gonna rank these, I want to rank these how I feel right now.
Yes.
I want to strip away nostalgia, and a lot of it, like I was like, oh shit, I don't know.
It was hard.
I was like, I don't know where I'm gonna put it.
Dude,
like 1 through 4 was so hard. 1 through 4 was hard. And I was like, man, we're doing this a really hard way. And, looking at other people like, oh, yeah, I'll just put them in the tiers. And I was like, no, fuck that.
It was so hard.
We're going to put them in order. And, yeah, so, yeah, I stripped away the nostalgia. And I was like, all right, this is what I would rank them right now as a 37-year-old. And I would. These are the ones I'd be like, all right, listen to this one. Now listen to this one. Now listen to this one. And there's so many of these I could flip flop, like with ease. I struggle.
I have
really
multiple
hard.
that you can flip flop, and I'll discuss it too.
I'm gonna flip flop one that I had. Like I think I texted you like, man, I think I got to reorder this, and it's not that it's right or it's wrong, but I'm like, this is just how I feel right now. And so, all right.
So basically, what we're gonna do, we're just gonna go from their albums in order from release, and then we'll give you the numbers, the ranking where we put them, and then we'll just discuss it a bit.
Yeah. All right. Sounds good. All right,
then
Brandon.
we're gonna go over some art. We are going to let's get into it.
Yeah. No. All right, Brandon. What is your number one?
So obviously, I talked to you when we were talking about this. I was like, obviously, you have to have Korn's debut album as number one, right? And you go, I'm not telling you. I was like, right?
Yeah.
Like, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But no, I got their 1994 debut album as number one.
All right. My number one is Korn III. Remember? No, I'm kidding.
And
no.
we are done.
Yeah.
And that is it. I'm gonna play the piano on the way out.
Yeah.
I hope you guys have
mine is also the Korn, self-titled.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, this is Korn. It's crazy, like going back and listening to this. The best introduction you could possibly have with Blind.
Mm-hmm.
And
God, I love that song.
I sat there, and what going through all of the albums, I was like, all right, I can find weak points in Korn's albums, no matter how good they are. This one, nope. I cannot find a weak part. Blind, Ball Tongue,
So,
Need To, Clown.
I put on my thing, my notes, I put the album, and then I put best songs, in my opinion.
That's what I did, yep.
On this one, I put best songs, every point, single, period, track.
Yeah.
Like, seriously.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
It is. You got Blind, was amazing. Ball Tongue, which I was just like, holy cow. And what's crazy is this isn't the first Korn album I listened to. This was the third.
Me either.
This was the third one for me. I was in Chicago on a 8th grade field trip. Dude, they let us roam Chicago. How fucked up is that? So I saw
Life was different back then.
Yeah, I saw the Virgin Music Store, and I had issues in my CD player.
No way.
And I was like, I'm going to get Korn's first album. This is what I'm going to do right now. I went in there, I grabbed that thing, and I was like, all right, we have a bus ride home tomorrow. I'm going to listen to that whole thing on the way home. And I wanted to cry. I was like, I was upset. I was like, it took me 5 years to finally listen to this album. And I got nervous each time. I was like, how it's going to drop off somewhere. It's going to drop off. No, I listened to it all the way through.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, this album is amazing. There is not a single weak point on the whole album. Fight me on it.
No, you can't. Like you said, you're going through Ball Tongue, Lies.
Lies is amazing.
Daddy, Shoots and Ladders. Shoots and Ladders, I mean, I got another story about that later on when we talk another thing later down.
All right.
But you can't.
No.
They started the new metal genre, right?
The new, yeah. I mean,
I
hate
guess
it.
it's here and there, right? You can say,
Yeah.
but I mean, they definitely pulled up.
Yeah. And what's crazy is like nothing is like insanely heavy.
Mm-hmm.
I guess you could go like Ball Tongue, like when he starts scatting, I can see people going like, what the fuck is going on here? But this album is absolutely nuts. Helmet in the Bush, Clown, Need To, Divine, Ball Tongue.
It's all amazing. All of it, seriously.
Yeah. My
I'm
favorite.
looking at them all too right now.
Yeah, it's absolutely nuts. But that would be an album to where like, hey, I want to get listening to Korn. Be like, well, you got to start here for sure.
Start at the beginning.
And
for sure.
I just go on from there. But yeah, I honestly have no absolutely nothing negative to say about the album. I will say, if you're with somebody listening to this album, you might want to cut Daddy off pretty quick at the end there.
Yeah, that it's probably the most disturbing song.
Yeah.
Ever recorded.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No, it's intense.
Yeah.
And
Oof.
I mean, yeah, it's an intense song.
How ballsy was it to leave the microphone going while he is just like melting down?
Yeah.
Like, whoa. Yeah, so.
Yeah, that's the Jonathan Davis's like tortured vocals, you know.
When he starts losing it at the end, I'm like, oh boy. Oh boy.
Man.
Yeah. All right.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, that's number one for us. I guess we'll say us. I think now it gets very interesting.
Mm-hmm. So we're going to do the next album, right?
Life is Peachy. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just making sure that's how we're doing it. So yeah. So second album, Life is Peachy, came out in 1996. Where do you have this one?
Man, this one there's a ton of classic tracks, but there's a lot of forgettable ones also. I feel like this album doesn't take off.
Mm-hmm.
And then I really think their maturity lacked a little bit on this album. And
yeah.
I hate doing this. I have it at 7.
Okay.
Okay. And you know what's crazy is I never would have it like, I don't know. I think if I were to not gone back, I think if I would have just left nostalgia take over, I think it would have been much higher. But and just to go back, I'm going to go back, drop some trivia on this real quick.
Yeah.
Twist is mentioned in the song Clown on the first album. When they're talking in the studio, you'll hear David go, man, I wish we could play Twist. Wish we Twist on the fucking track. Like, you want to hear it? You want to hear it? And you just hear, fuck you, fuck you. That's Brian yelling, fuck you at Ross Robinson and the guys. Yeah,
and I just never noticed
they
that.
wanted to put Twist on the self-titled album. Well, they wouldn't allow it because it's such a fucked up song. Like, dude, you not be rebel, like it's nuts. And so they're like, fuck it, we'll save it for the next album and put it right at the beginning. Yeah,
I never noticed that.
Yeah, so I feel guilty putting it this low.
Okay.
But yeah, I got it at 7. And that's not saying it's a bad album. I'm not saying it's bad.
No. To be honest, obviously these are opinions, right? But
yeah.
It's not saying none of these are bad albums because, I mean, it's one of our favorite bands, right? Yeah, they had their moments and shit, but you're going to like them either way.
Yeah.
So Life is Peachy. Obviously, I just told you that was the first album I ever listened to. It had its standout moments, like you said. It had some great songs on there. But to me, again, when we were just talking about it, it didn't really live up to expectations out of all the CDs, all of the albums that I went through and stuff. So 7's not too far off, dude. What I have it at 6.
Wow. Okay.
So, I mean, I was like, okay, you're right there. I actually was like, how far are we going to be away from each other?
Right. I was surprised on this one.
Yeah.
Especially when you mentioned, like, this was, like, the first album you listened to. Yeah. I was like, fuck, he's going to have this high. So,
no.
I'm actually surprised.
But, yeah, I mean, Life is Peachy, they experimented, right? I mean, going from Korn with what they did on that album and then to Life is Peachy, like no Place to Hide.
Oh, I love that song.
That was kind of different because it was way, it's Ice Cube. The Ice Cube's Wicked. They're experimenting, right? They're moving shit around. They did the shit with the Deftones.
Yeah, that was with Chino. Yeah.
Yep. And I wanted to bring this one up, Mr. Rogers.
Yeah.
Dude.
Man, he did not like him.
But yeah, they it had its silly moments too, like Lowrider. I didn't care for that.
That was just a silly song. That's actually Head singing it.
Yeah.
It was his birthday.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
The thing with the album for me, like it starts out, the first 2 tracks are super strong, and they start off with Twist, which I was just like, oh my god, this is amazing, and then Chi, comes on, that's amazing, but then I feel like it dips right there, and you got Lost and Swallow, and it's like, okay, they're good. They're nothing like they don't match up. I feel like to the other album. Creep. And then Porno Creep, it's slow, kind of funky. It's pretty cool, dude. Then Good God comes on. I remember one of our friends, Chris K.
Yep.
We were in the basement of Paul's house, and it's a soundproof jam room. He goes, "You've never heard Good God before?" I was like, "No." Man, he played that loud as hell. I was like, "Oh my god, that song's amazing." But Mr. Rogers is crazy, but then this is where like it starts lacking for me, like the maturity kind of dipped. I don't want to say it because YouTube doesn't like this word, but track number 8, K-U-N-T.
I have it bleeped out on my list just so I know not to say it.
Yeah. Yeah, and I was like, all right, cool. No Place to Hide, amazing. Wicked, something fun. Adidas, amazing song, amazing music video.
I love it.
Then Lowrider, and then Asich, amazing, cool chorus, but then dude, Kill You. I remember seeing a Korn documentary, and Munky was like, can you get John to change some of the lyrics in that middle part? He says some really sick shit. Yeah, like he was like really like, he says some sick shit. Like, can you get that switched up?
Yeah.
And I honestly think it's the highlight of the album, that breakdown and Kill You. That like, and John is just freaking out. And I was like, yeah, that's awesome. But
yeah,
the first,
I agree.
If the album started off stronger, like, it's not that Lost and Swallow are bad. It's just, it doesn't do it for me.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, okay. I mean, I'll listen to it, right?
Yeah.
But it doesn't get you, damn, dude, that was badass. It doesn't get you into that.
I feel like it was a significant dip down from Korn, the self-titled.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. Like you said, Adidas, like that stands out, man. Not only because it hits, but it focuses on, like, I love the chorus aspect of that song. It is so cool. I love it. And then, like you said, his Jonathan Davis's vocals in that, it was just awesome, dude. And I love it. That song was so sweet.
Hell yeah.
Very cool.
Hell yeah.
Cool.
But that's all I got for Life is Peachy.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder how many people turned it off. Like, oh, fuck that. It just switched it off. Like,
nah, there can't be that crazy.
Yeah.
Seriously? All right. 1998, my first album I bought. Well, I didn't buy it. I got it for Christmas, but Follow the Leader.
Follow the Leader. All right.
You want me to go first since you went first last time?
Yeah, you can go first.
Not too bad. You're going first. No, I'm just joking, I guess.
This one I was... God darn it. I really struggled on this one. This was the one where I was like, oh, boy. I had to flip back and forth, and some people might fight me on it.
I was going to go, man. I thought.
Oh, you're going to
go? You're going. I was like,
I thought you said you're going to. I thought you told me to go.
I was just messing around.
You go.
Yeah. All right. So obviously Korn became big stars after they released this album. 98. They blew up, basically, huh? Freak on a Leash, man, became such a huge hit.
Yeah.
That music video, dude. You remember the music
It's one of the
video?
best ones ever. Dude. I don't care what genre.
I remember watching it and be like, dude, what? This is awesome.
I don't care what genre.
What is going on? This is so sweet.
Yeah.
They had what else did they have on there? Dead Bodies Everywhere. It's on Justin. What else was on there? Seed. Amazing.
Yeah.
All great songs, right? This one I feel like is so closer than Life is Peachy to their debut album Korn. I feel like they could have flip-flopped really.
Right.
Obviously in order. Because we're just moving them around. This is how we feel. I feel like Life is Peachy didn't meet up to the standards of, especially Follow the Leader. I have this at number 2.
Ah, okay, cool.
Yes.
Cool.
Yes, and like I said, this really launched Korn into stardom. I feel.
Oh yeah. This
CD, this album. I always say CD. This album just. Oh man. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, this album was my introduction to Korn, as we talked about before. Mm-hmm. This album kicked the fucking door down. Kicked it down. I'm talking. They had a moment of silence for a fan that had passed away, which his name was Justin. They ended up seeing him through I think it was the Make-A-Wish Foundation. And, oh my gosh, like... this one was tough for me, like, because it was like my baby. I almost put it at number 1 because the guitar work throughout this whole album is absolutely bananas.
That eerie guitar,
insane. The
bass lines, just
absolutely crazy. Like I was like, this is amazing. Like it.
I got so excited.
Yeah, like dude, I'm like Jack talking about it. And with that being said, there is a weak point on this album for me, and it hasn't aged very well. And Korn has come out. Jonathan Davis has come out how much he hates this song, and he hates that it's on the record.
Put it on. It's on my least favorite song,
and it's All in the Family.
Yes, it's my least favorite.
And that was like, oh, that's a chink in the armor right there on this album. And there's a song that I actually really enjoyed for a long time, Pretty. Mm-hmm. And just last year I found out what that song was about, and now it's very difficult to listen to.
Mm-hmm. And it's crazy.
Did you hear about? Did you know what that is?
Pretty was like such a great song too. Yes, I think actually you told me about it. It was such a good song.
Yeah,
you know?
I got sick. Like I was like, oh no! Like I don't even know how Jonathan lived with that. I'm not going to mention it on this show, and any listeners can.
If you're interested, go look that up.
Yeah, you can look that up. It's pretty easy to find. But I was like, dude,
you talk about stuff like that. You know, YouTube don't like that.
Yeah. But man, Dead Bodies Everywhere. Dude, I mean, it starts off with It's On, killer song. Mm-hmm. It was It's On, Freak on a Leash, Got the Life, Dead Bodies Everywhere. One of the greatest Korn bridges and breakdowns ever. Like, man, the way that song ends, I was like, oh my God. And then Children of the Corn with Ice Cube.
What do you think of that?
Man,
because I have that on my least favorite.
Yeah, you know, they traded songs. Ice Cube did Children of the Corn on Korn's album. Then Korn went and did Fuck Dying on Ice Cube's album. And Fuck Dying is so much better. Like, I was like, dude, awesome song. And dude, it just gives me goosebumps. But I don't hate Children of the Corn, but I don't find myself listening to it or enjoying it as much as I did back in the day. Yeah. Then you had BBK, which I love the hip hop breakdown to it. There was a lot of hip hop influence on this album. You had BBK, then you had Pretty, then you had All in the Family. It was like, ugh, you know. And then 21, track 21, because it started at 13. Reclaim My Place. Dude, that song is just bananas.
Mm-hmm. Dude.
I mean, I'm trying to do this off the top of my head. I think I'm doing pretty well.
All the songs are catchy.
Justin.
Too, right? They're every single
one. Yeah, you had Justin, then you had Seed, then you had Cameltosis, which had Far Side on it, which I love that song. And then My Gift to You, and I was like, ooh, classic song. But one of those songs, like, at the end, it's the most emotional, usually, typically, for a while, it was the most emotional track on the album. And because, dude, I have it listed right here. I'm going to do the flip, like I said. I almost put it at number 1. I had it sitting at number 2 for a while. Upon re-listening everything, I dip it down to 3. I have it resting at number 3.
You have it first here on the What's That Man podcast.
Yeah, due to all...
Follow leader hits number 3 on Ryan's list.
Due to All in the Family not aging well. Like I said, I tried to find a chink, the chink in the armor. And it's crazy because that's one of the heaviest riffs they have.
And I'm wondering, I mean, I agree with you. I don't like All in the Family. I have it on here. 2 songs I do not like at all. All in Family and Children of the Corn. I'm wondering if I put it at 2 is because this was my first album.
Yeah.
Maybe there's some kind of sentimental thing.
Like I said, know. it was
but
you could put it at 1, 2, and 3 easily. Hands down.
Easy.
But I just I I found a weakness and I hate doing it. But I mean, if you took those lyrics, if you turn All in the Family into something else that would age better, I would put, I'd probably put this at 1 or 2. I really would. But that's how good. Like I told you, that's how good these top albums are. Like I have to pinpoint a single song.
Remember, I think it was last Monday. I think we were talking about this. This is what we're doing. I spent all day listening to Korn songs, all the albums, and I was like, dude, I was like 2 hours. It was like my lunch break.
Yeah.
And a little bit after I had a little extra time and I was just messing around, I literally only went through like 4 albums in that 2 hours. And I could not. I was like pissed off at myself sometimes. I was like, dude, this is stupid.
Right.
And I was doing like what you're doing. I was moving them around and I was doing pros and cons. And it took me to arrange all these albums probably a good day.
Yeah.
To go through all these and actually make my
decision. Me a while. Took me a very long time.
Crazy.
All right. On to the next.
1999.
Issues.
You're sitting there at the fire.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just enjoying some Christmas music. Yeah. And Falling Away From Me comes on afterwards.
Yeah.
Here comes Issues.
Yeah. Yeah. Dude, this album, this was crazy. Everyone, Korn's probably one of the biggest bands in the world right now. Huge. Everyone's waiting for it. They're about to go on tour with 2 bands called Stained and Papa Roach. And they set the Guinness Book of World Records for loudest concert. And I was there.
Oh, were you really?
There.
Damn.
Yeah. Dude, okay. I remember. Do you remember the CD cover?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The fucking
the contest through MTV. Yes, there was an album cover contest, and fans had to come in. You were awarded $10,000, and 4 covers were chosen as the finalists, and then they went with the Korn doll.
Dude, I don't remember that, man.
Yeah, it was huge.
They always did contests. Remember the contest we entered with Korn?
Yes.
We'll talk about
that. Yeah, but they were...
I did not know that.
Yeah, yep.
Why didn't I know
that? There were 4 chosen, and there was one where they were like dolls in a psychiatric ward.
Damn, dude.
Where I thought that one was the best. Like,
I'm going to look that shit up right now.
Yeah, look it up.
That is so crazy.
Yeah. Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, but like you said, dude, this was back in the day to where like we literally had to wait for a song to come on the radio or on MTV.
It's the only time we ever got to
hear it. And I remember hearing Fred Durst directed the video, Falling Away From Me.
I've seen these albums too, dude. What the hell? I've seen every.
I know.
Single
I
one
knew
of
you
these
did.
covers. And I didn't and never even knew that's what it was. I would just thought that was something they had going on. I am not a good Korn fan. Jonathan Davis, I am sorry.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch, man.
Yeah, the only one I like really didn't like was the Sidewalk Chalk one. I was like, eh.
Okay.
I mean, it would have worked.
Yeah.
It would have worked. It's my least favorite.
That's Korn, too.
It is, yeah.
All looking at all those, that's Korn, dude.
Yeah.
That's sick.
Yeah, so, nice. That album came out, and, dude, it's extremely strong. Jonathan Davis was going through a rough time. He just went off. He quit antidepressants cold turkey, and it could really mess him up. And I feel like this album showed a lot of maturity and maybe a little more focus. And, man, I am a sucker for interludes. I'm a sucker for them. I love them. And all of them on this album are amazing. It feels like it feels like an experience. You know, It starts with, happy, question mark, and then falling away from me, and then trash, and then one of my favorite songs ever, and it's just an interlude song, is For You. Oh my God, do I love that song, and I finally got to hear it live a few years ago. And, I mean, this was an album to where I was like, all right, let's find the chink in the armor on this one. I couldn't. I really couldn't. And the deep cuts are really good on this. And, falling away from me, somebody, someone, counting. There's a part in Counting where I think David breaks a snare. And it sounds really weird. No Way. No Way is one of my favorite bridges ever in a song, ever. Let's Get This Party Started. Yeah. Oh, God. The album is so strong. It shows a lot of maturity. It aged very well. And I always loved this album. But my brother Eric was like, a few years ago, he's like, do you realize how good Issues is? And I was like, yeah. He goes, no, really? Go listen to that album again. And I went back and I was like, man, like I held this album on a pedestal forever. And I was like, oh my God, this album is amazing. And I have it. I switched it up and put it at number 2.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, man, dude, they're easy to flip-flop around. I mean, I have it at number 3. Okay. But it's very easy to put this at number 2. And again, I'm going to stick with, I think because Follow the Leader was my first album, that's why I have it at number 2. But yeah, dude, like you're saying, dude, Follow the Leader, hit, Beg for Me, Make Me Bad, Somebody, Someone. Awesome. They all stand out, man. They're all like, you listen to those and you're like, that's Korn. Yeah. It all just, like the original shit, you know, it brings back like, this album brings back like that darker theme kind of.
It was a dark album.
Sound, but keeping that shiny like production up, you know, and it made like how they stuck to their original album. And then, dude. Oh man. Trash. Yeah. Fuck. What is it? Beg for Me. Counting.
Yeah.
They're all just awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. It's an album where you don't have to skip anything.
And dude, 16 tracks on this too.
But it's all the interludes, you know, like they got short little 1-minute songs.
Yeah, dude, it's just crazy, man. And I do, and I you can put it at number 2, you can put it at 3, you can
easily.
Really, you can throw it at number 1.
A lot of people will.
They're all like can be.
They're so interchangeable.
Adjusted.
Yeah.
I mean, you can just tie them all at number 1 and say, shit, fuck
God. Yeah, that album was fucking.
Davis's vocals were awesome throughout the whole thing.
Yeah.
Guitar's great. Drums great. Bass great. It's Korn.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yep.
Amazing sound.
I think it was definitely a next level approach. They actually had on the album release, they played the whole album at the Apollo Theater, and it was just nuts. Just nuts.
No way. Yeah, that raw power, dude. It was sweet. I liked it. I liked it a lot. I love the artwork. Actually, I wanted that poster of the album cover, and I could not find it anywhere. I remember going to like Harmony House, FY, wherever you can get posters. I always tried to find it. Could not find it anywhere. It's not like today where you can just go on Amazon and just like, that's what I want, right? And I can get it now. Dude, you had to like search. I could not find it anywhere. I never
Isn't
did
it
find
awesome how we like would all go on like quests to find stuff before the internet?
Dude, we used to ride bikes.
Yeah.
Places. Like I'm about to ride my bike 30 minutes to try to get a goddamn poster.
Yeah.
You know? I remember riding my bike all the way up to Wonderland Mall and going to Target, FYE. There's Harmony House. There was one more, I think. And I didn't hit any of them. So I got my bike, drove my ass back home.
Yeah.
Like, I was so mad. But yeah, that was so cool, dude.
Heck yeah.
So cool.
Hell yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was 99.
I know.
God damn, dude.
I know. My hairline just receded even more.
Dude, mine's gone. It's been gone.
All right. Untouchables. Brandon, I'm going to let you go first on this one.
So.
Yeah.
Do you know that this was Jonathan Davis's favorite album he made?
Yep.
Yes. And I mean, it's awesome.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, Head hates it.
Does he really?
You know what? I heard him say that, but he was really methed out at the moment. It was before Take a Look in the Mirror came out.
I hated it.
Yeah, it was before Take a Look in the Mirror came out, and he was just like, I personally didn't like the last album. And it made me like jerk my head back. Like, what the fuck? Like,
so Untouchables, they had another record, right? They reached number 2 on the Billboard. That with Untouchables.
Yeah, the reason why they didn't get number 1 was the Eminem show.
Yeah,
you're not going to beat Eminem. Yeah,
but they did receive a Grammy.
Did they?
For this. Yes, and it's for Here to Stay. But great success on this one too. The album has awesome songs. Thoughtless, which is one of my favorite songs by Korn.
You know, I just found out what that song was about. Like, truly, what's it about?
What's it about?
This is very, I didn't realize how controversial it was. And now that I'm watching the music video, like when I watched the music video, you know, Aaron Paul's in the music video. That's Aaron Paul from Breaking Bad.
Dude, I haven't seen that music video in so long.
Well, he gets picked on and bullied in school, and then he shows up with his escort at a dance, I think it was. And then he opens his mouth and vomits on everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And
that is Aaron Paul?
And I remember sitting there and I was like, does that resemble something I don't want to think about? And it does. Yeah, I just read it. And Jonathan Davis came out and said, I wanted to write an album from the perspective of the Columbine shooters.
Wow.
And I was like, whoa! And I thought it was a new quote. And it wasn't. This was back in 2002 when he said that. I never heard anything about it. But I was like, oh, fuck.
Holy shit.
Yeah,
dude.
like I read it, my stomach dropped. I was like, all right, that song is even darker than what it was before. You know, and...
No way, dude.
Yeah.
No, I did not know that.
He's saying he's not justifying what they ever did. He's like, a lot of people have been pushed to that moment, but they've recovered and never took action on it. He goes, it's about having those thoughts and not going through with it.
Wow.
Yeah. So I was like, oof.
Wow. No, I did not know that, dude. That's crazy.
Yeah. Man. So go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Yeah. No, you're good. You're good. So obviously they had a lot of issues on this album too, as a group, like the band in general. I remember like a lot of conflict or something. Do you remember that?
There was a lot of. I was going to actually kind of hoping you would know because I never did look it up, but I do remember there was a lot of issues. The producer, I forgot the producer's name, but he mentioned how it was hard to keep them focused because this was when they started getting into not getting into, but when the heavy drug usage really was starting to take its toll on the band. And, you know, like I said, Jonathan Davis went sober during Issues. And I forgot to mention during Follow the Leader, dude, they've spent $20,000+ on alcohol recording that album.
Jesus Christ.
So, and it's crazy because Untouchables, yeah, the drug usage really started. It couldn't stay focused. They were the biggest, you know, one of the biggest bands in the world outside of boy bands and pop stars. And yeah, the guy said, he goes, it was so hard to keep him focused. And I was like, really? Because for me, it's their, like, the sound and the mixing and the, just the different types of sounds on it. I thought it was one of their best sounding albums for me. But
yeah, I liked it. I mean,
I love this album.
I mean, yeah, like, I know they had their issues and stuff, but I mean, overall, it was a massive success. They did great.
Yeah,
this whole album was awesome. The sound of it kind of stayed similar to like their original work, and I like that.
It was more polished sounding,
but there was more. How do you say? Not electronic.
You know what? I have it. I know exactly what you're talking about. You know, I'll never forget when this album came out. I was in gym class, and the guy was like, "What are you listening to?" And I was like, "Korn." He goes, "Oh, what album?" And I said, "Untouchables." He's like, "Dude, I like their dry shit way more." And I was like,
it's almost like synthetic. Yeah, and it's not.
There's a lot of pedals.
There's something.
There's a lot of pedals on it. There's a lot of effects.
Yeah, there's something different to it.
And that's how I said. And that's how I always took it. I was like, dry. You think of self-titled.
Okay, I like that because I put like almost sounds electronic. That's what I put because to me it did. I was like, it's electronic, but I don't want to say electronic because it wasn't.
It's heavily. There's a lot of pedals. A lot. Okay. And
that I like how that put it, you know, the dry.
Yeah, when he said that, I was like, I didn't think about that because if you think of Korn, you know, the dry, rough guitar sounds. Issues was the same way. Follow the Leader now had a lot of pedals and a lot of, you know, crazy, you know, effects on it. Issues went back and had less of a range, I guess, but yeah, Untouchables. Definitely. I know exactly what you're talking about.
But great songs, dude. Wake Up Hate. No One's There. Here to Stay, obviously. Thoughtless. Alone I Break. Dude, I don't know why, but I loved Alone
This is a
I
great
Break.
song. It was something different. They never...
Dude, it was always something... It was different, too.
They never did anything.
It wasn't like normal Korn. It was just... It was chill. Yeah. And it was a good jam. I remember just driving down the road, and I was like, dude, this song is awesome. I love this song, dude. And it was so cool.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, despite all the bullshit, you know, they had in the beginning and whatnot, you know, we all know the shit that happens and whatnot.
Yeah.
But good. It was a good album. Yeah. I loved it. Untouchables, it's again, a catchy ass songs. All Korn songs, I feel like they're real catchy too. You can listen to it like, oh damn, I got this. You know, you're just going. But yeah, dude, I got them at Untouchables at number 5.
5, all right.
5.
Interesting. Okay. For me, I'll never forget being in the car and hearing the end. Like I just turned on the riff and hearing the end of Here to Stay, and you know that down 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 down, and I was sitting there, I'm like, that's Korn. You know.
That's exactly, you know it. You're like,
and
damn.
I said, shit. And I don't have a cell phone. I don't, like, my friend has a beeper. And I'm like, I was like, shit.
Can't search it. You don't know.
And then, you know, they come on, that's new Korn. And I'm like, oh my God, I got to find it somehow. And dude, it was just radio all day. Just listening to the radio. And I'm like, okay, it's got to come up. And finally heard it. You know, he does not stop singing until the bridge. Like, dude, he sings chorus, pre-chorus, chorus, and just keeps going.
Oh yeah, and the bridge
yeah,
comes.
and then
That's
it finally
true.
stops, and
No
it's such a
way.
like, like a relaxing. The song finally chills, and this album has my favorite Korn song ever, and that's "Blame." I don't know why this is such a deep cut track, because everyone shines on that song for me. Has an amazing chorus. They actually performed it live, I think, once, and Jonathan Davis struggled like a motherfucker through the chorus because it's so demanding. That is a demanding chorus, and he did pretty good. But that is my favorite Korn song, hands down. Hollow.
It is. It's a badass
Hollow
song.
Life, and no one brings this up either, and I've tried searching for it. In the album, Doesn't Everybody Wonder Why We Look Towards the Sky? Listen to David Bowie, Fame. Does there anybody wonder? Yes!
Oh,
I was like, and no one's tied it together. I was like, huh. But, dude, Thoughtless was amazing. And a lot of these songs, I feel like this album aged like wine. Like, there's a lot of maturity in it. Songs like Hating, Alone I Break, I'm Hiding and No One's There are beautiful songs. They're slower but eerie. But Embrace is absolutely balls to the wall crazy. Beat It Up Right's a little strange. But they
have each album has their moment.
But the only knock I would really have on this album is I don't know why they put Make Believe as the second track. Like, they hit so hard with Here to Stay, and then Make Believe just dips. It just waiting. It's a slower song, and it's like, dude, keep kicking my fucking teeth in. Like, let's go. Let's go. Like, keep going.
Yeah.
And it dipped for me. So there's some pacing. I would say there is some pacing issues in this album, but to me, it's their best mixed album. It's very strong. I don't know why a lot of Korn fans really hated this album, but I loved it.
I don't know.
I love this album. I have it resting at number 4 comfortably.
Okay.
Very comfortably. And like I said, number 4, I would say Korn's first 4 albums, I could put in any order if I want.
Easy.
Or first 5. Ugh. No. I would drop, like, if I were to take Korn, Follow the Leader, Issues, and Untouchables, I could shift those anywhere I want. But Life is Peachy would definitely, for me, sit on the outside of these 4.
Yeah. But then they are. It is.
It do be that way sometimes.
Do you a little not trivia, but a little fact. This was the first album to record at a 96 kilohertz sample.
Oh shit.
rate.
Yeah, I read somewhere it cost $5 million to make.
Ain't that fucking ridiculous? That was cutting edge.
Yeah.
96 kilohertz.
Yeah. Great Scott.
People are like, 96?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
We're doing that right now. Like, that's nothing now.
This
dude.
was one of the first full albums ever leaked on the internet.
Yeah.
And all the names were wrong and out of order.
I remember hearing all these fucking songs too. I remember all of them.
Yep.
Yeah. Unfortunately, this was the last album that really said this is Korn.
Yeah.
Because after this, they took a dip, dude.
Yeah. I think so too.
I mean, it was like, whoa, you know. I don't know if that's the same as you, but for me,
let's see where let's
man, that's like that's their golden period. It's like,
let's follow along. Whoa. Let's go.
So, all right. So we'll scoot up a year, 2003.
Yeah, it was very quick.
Is it you or me who are going first now?
You can go. You introduce it.
Oh, you could. I did
okay.
Last time first.
Take a look in the mirror. November 21st, 2003. I remember my buddy Mikhail. He goes, I got something for you. I was like, all right, whatever. And he goes, we got to go for a ride. I was like, cool, we'll go in. He fucking just slides the CD in. And all of a sudden I hear, And I was like, all right, well, that song had already come out. And I was like, all right, cool, all right. And this song ends, and he's talking about how much he loves this song because the bridge, it has that wow, wow, wow. My God, I cannot take it. And I was like, all right, And then all of a sudden, and it breaks him off. I'm like, is this the album? He goes, it's the fucking album. And I always was like, I don't pirate my favorite bands. But I was like, thank you. And it was evident that, all right, this album is fucking heavy. Like, what happened? Much more raw sounding. Jonathan Davis is just raw, like just
heavy,
growling like a motherfucker.
Metal.
I'm about to break some fucking off. And I remember listening to that. My brother was like, is he saying I'm about to break some fucking arms? And I looked at my brother. I was like, I wish.
Definitely sounds.
Man, I wish he was on this. I wish he was on this fucking episode right now. But dude, I was like laughing. But they had "Here It Comes Again." Awesome riffs. Like you and I listen to this album like fucking crazy.
Dude, yeah, like Count on Me.
Yeah, Counting on Me was amazing.
Right now,
I'm.
Break some off. Let's do this.
Yeah,
dude.
I'm Done was one of my favorite ones. When Will This End? A lot of people hate this fucking album. I think it's a dip. I think dude, when that Nas song came on, Play Me, I was like, fuck this. Like this is a fucking tape. Yeah. This is a piece of shit. And I changed that.
What do you think about Y'all Want a Single?
Dude, I loved it at first. Now I get kind of tired of it.
I'm like that. I don't really care for it. But then I remember back when we listened to it, I was like, who sang that shit, man?
Fuck that.
Like we're always about it too. Like I don't know,
dude. I knew how to play it on guitar. I knew how to play it on bass. Like it was so fun. I get why they made it, but it just I like it, but it's all right. Then I will never forget. Way back in the day, I remember song number 9 comes on, and I just hear don do do don do do don do 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 down now, and I'm like, why does this song sound so familiar? And then it's the song Alive, and they re-recorded it for this album, and I had the demo version from before they even. It was Niedermeyer's Mind. It was before the first album. And if you listen to this song, it has the same chorus as Need To. I am alive. And I was like, oh my God, they brought it on. I don't know why they never had that song for the first album, because the song's amazing. I'll send it to you. But they re-recorded it for this, but they added a fucking post-chorus that I hated. Live. Or a pre-chorus. I hated it. I was like, fuck, I wish they didn't do that. But I didn't like the bridge either as much as I liked the original bridge, because the original bridge was very similar to Need To. So there was a lot of elements in there. But yeah, I dipped it down for that. I was like, I like the song Alive, but the original is so much more superior. But yeah, good album, not great. I think this was the first album back in the day where I was like, okay, they took a step back, but I appreciate what they did.
Yeah, I agree. I like the song.
Yeah.
It's just like, it was just like an interesting album.
I have this at number 8, just under Life is Peachy.
Okay.
But I still love, like, this was still a Korn album I could listen all the way through to when I re-listened to everything except for Nas. I hate that fucking song. Let's Do This Now aged poorly on me too. I don't hate it, but it's just where I had to put it.
Yeah, I mean, It was funny because I remember watching MTV, and I don't know why, but they had Metallica on some reason on MTV, and Lars was praising Korn, and he said, "Right now, it did my time."
I can't believe I just fucking didn't mention "Did My Time" when that came out.
But yeah, I remember that. I was like, dude, I'm like, yeah, dude, you know. Yeah. And I remember him saying like, dude, Korn, like we hold Korn up for this.
Yeah.
Like they're like,
well, I
praising.
Did My Time came out months before the album came out. It was more for Tomb Raider. Remember, Angelina Jolie was in the music video.
Yeah. Was that in the music? Oh, what? Oh, okay. I thought you meant it was in the game. I was like, oh, hold on, that was way before. Way before.
And this is where
I didn't know
their
that
music videos for this album really fucking sucked. Right now was that cartoon.
I mean, it was. Yeah.
Yeah, but
it wasn't nothing stand out.
I
guess like like how Follow the Leader was, or any of those.
Yeah.
Awesome songs, awesome music videos,
and it sucks too because this is the last album with the full lineup for forever. Yeah, and I remember, you know what's crazy? You and I went and saw them during this time,
2002,
and we were like fucking blown away. No, it was 03. I think it was you.
Are you sure?
Oh no, you know what? Excuse me. No, it was someone else.
I seen it 2 times with you. I seen Korn
it was someone else. I'm sorry. But I remember like the concert was awesome, and another guy. I was on the floor, and we met up with another guy, and he's like, "Dude," he goes, "Head looks like shit," because he was not into it at all. I said, "Really?" And I was like, "Bullshit, whatever," and totally just dismissed him. And I was like, "Nah, whatever," and then it was just like 2 months later or a month later, Head left the band. I remember
he left. Yeah,
it was February 22nd. I remember the day because it was my friend's birthday, and I was driving to work, and they said that, and I wanted to jerk the fucking wheel. I was so mad. I was like, this could not be happening right now.
Only to come find out that people leave bands all the goddamn time.
I think that was 2005. Yeah, but apparently, Head went way off the rails. Well, he was already off the rails, but no one knew. He was addicted to meth. He was getting all fucked up, and then he found, and I'm glad he found something that could break him out of what he was going through. Otherwise, he'd probably be dead.
No shit.
So I'm not going to get into it, but I'm glad he found something that was best for him at the moment, and he was able to get through it. But yeah, so I have to take a look at the mirror at number 8. Sorry, Brandon, I really rambled on that motherfucker.
No, you're good. No. Don't be sorry, dude. I'll let you roll, dude. Yeah, dude. Take a look at the mirror.
Jonathan Davis hates this album. He said it's their whatever album.
Yeah, I can see it. I mean, it's not my least favorite. So they definitely lack a direction in this album.
Sure.
I guess. They struggle to find what they're trying to do. I guess I don't know. Like I said, that's why I said it earlier. They drop off so much from Untouchables to take a look in the mirror. It was like, whoa, dude.
Yeah. Whoa.
And at that time,
cool,
I'm like, whatever. Yeah. At that time, I'm like, it's all right, cool. Not to know what's about to happen in the future with Head coming out and whatnot. But yeah, I mean, I got it at number 10.
Okay.
So
we're still close.
We are. I'm actually surprised because I thought we'd be a little bit further off. But so that brings us to 2005 with "See You on the Other Side."
Motherfucker, we had a cool story on this one.
Oh, we do.
Where we hadn't heard the song yet, "Twisted Transistor," but we knew it was released.
Oh, that's what you're going with. I thought you were going to talk about "Coming Undone."
Oh, no.
I forgot about Twisted. Well, I didn't forget about it, but I didn't. Yeah.
So it wasn't released yet.
No.
And we just knew it was released, and I was like, Brandon, I know the name of the song. Let's see if we can hear this fucker. And we ended up getting to Chris's house.
Yep.
And I call the riff. And I'll never forget it. Hey, the riff. I said, hey, you got the new one by Korn, Twisted Transistor? He's like, yep, we'll throw it right up for you. I was like, all right, thanks. Hung up. And we're all just talking. And all of a sudden, your head fucking picked up. And you're like, Ryan, that's you on the radio. And it was me debuting the fucking song.
Yes.
I was like, no way.
And that's the best part, was the debut. Mm-hmm. Right? He's like, this is the riff debut of it. And there's Twisted Transistor. I was like, no.
Yeah. And like, that song, it's not the best. It's very,
no.
It's poppy. Like it was way poppier than I thought it was going to be.
Mm-hmm.
But because of that, it holds a special moment in my heart. But like I said, I'm removing nostalgia from this, but I wanted to share that story.
Yeah.
But
dude, I got so pumped up during that. I think I drank like 5 beers.
Yeah.
Like right in a row.
And
I might have did like a shot, 10 shots of fucking Jaeger.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's just go.
Yeah.
That was so cool.
Yeah, but yeah, this was the first album without Head, which I was just happy an album came out because I really thought, I was like, dude, we're done. Like, Korn's done. They're not going to move on. They're going to call it. And I was fucking pissed. And thankfully they didn't. On this album, I think Munky did a great job taking over.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of highs on this album, but there's quite a few lows.
Yes.
On this album. And Korn, I need to find out what happened when they selected the tracks for this album. I want to know, because I listened to the album. It was no matter what, I was going to love it. It didn't have, I had no choice. I was going to love it. And I did for a long time until I got much older and I was kind of, could sift my way through it and go, okay, there's some crappy songs on here, but what are they doing not putting It's Me Again, Eaten Up Inside, and Last Legal Drug on this album? Like, dude, remember when we found those songs and I was like, why wouldn't they put these songs
I completely forgot about them
on this album?
Yeah.
And like, thinking about that, if you took the weak points out and just put those 3 songs in, you probably have one of the best Korn records ever. Like, I will never understand that.
They definitely... Yeah, this album was a good
It is a good album. Yeah.
I think I have it right here. It hit number 3 on the Billboard Top 200.
Yeah.
Damn, dude.
It has...
Yeah.
Fuck. Dude, man. Yeah. This one.
I ranked these first, and then I wrote everything down on my notes.
Yeah.
I should have did this in order. Like, I should have just went as I was taking notes and thinking more.
Yeah.
Because, like, I got them at, like I said, like at number 3 Billboard charts, and I put, like, a Twisted Transistor really showcased this, like, this whole album in the beginning. At that point in time, I was like, this is a badass song, And then Coming Undone, such a great song. Throw Me Away, such a great song. Love Song.
I love Love Song. No pun intended.
And yeah.
I really...
And actually, Love Song surprised fans because I think that was one of the... what was it? Damn it. I can't think of it now. You remember what MTV used to have, that Unplugged?
Yeah, MTV Unplugged.
They did an acoustic version of that song on MTV Unplugged, and I remember people saying, like, dude, that was crazy. And I was like, well, man, it's a good song.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But, yeah, oh, man, yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, my favorite on this album, I think, is Souvenir. Okay. Souvenir of sadness, method to the madness. Wake up, no one is lying to save you. Like, Yeah, that song, I was like, raw! Like, it was amazing. But there's a lot of high points on this album. Souvenir, Love Song. I love Open Up. I don't know why. That.
It's different.
I just love it.
Yeah.
Getting Off, Seen It All, Hypocrites, Politics.
I remember listening to that. I think it was in. I'm pretty sure it had been with you when we first. I couldn't say first, but we were listening to it, and I just remember hypocrites.
Yeah,
and I was just like, here it comes.
Just
got into it, dude. And, dude, this Korn has so many memories.
Yeah,
in my head, dude. It's literally taken up like a good 12% of my memory.
Yeah,
solid 12%.
Yeah,
like,
that song was
so
I think
much Souvenir, like you said. Yeah, Souvenirs. It was badass too.
Yeah, I think Hypocrites was like the first middle finger to Head. Like he was like they were pissed.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was good. I think it was a strong effort, but what I have to hold against him is leaving off those songs. I was so pissed. Tenor or Two-Way is kind of weak. For No One, the lyrics are awful, but the lyrical pattern is awesome. The interludes are okay, but just because they didn't put those other 3 songs on them, I held it against them.
Yeah.
But I still love this album. Yeah, but I put it at 10. I put it all the way down at 10. I feel bad putting it that low. But yeah, whoever picked that not put those songs on really pissed me off.
Yeah. I was just thinking when you're talking about Souvenir, because it's more of a darker direction on that song, but Seen It All too. That one too, another darker side.
Seen It All was awesome. That's a great album.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, I'm pretty much right there with you. I put See You on the Other Side at number 9. So
okay, we're fairly close.
You're not right too far off. Coming Undone was such a good song. I love that song.
Remember to Lean With It, Rock With It? Lean With It.
But do you want to tell the Coming Undone story?
It sucks so much because now that I've lost that email, that video is lost in fucking time. But
I asked you a dozen times too.
I know. I've been trying to get on. I can't find a way to get on. But we shot a music video. Apparently, I don't even know if this is true or not. But Korn had a contest with YouTube to make a music video.
Yeah, that's what it was. That's why we did.
I heard nothing about it. There were a bunch of other people that put in the contest and made music videos. It's on there. Korn contest. And we made one, and dude, it was I loved it. I thought it was so cool.
I loved it too.
I thought it was so
Dude, I tell people all about it.
Yeah, and now
that was a contest, and they would watch the music videos, and then they pick what music video they're going to do. Yeah, basically.
We never heard anything about it. I never did.
No.
We said a thank you to Korn, but God, was that so fun? That was so fun to make.
It was cool as hell, and you were just in the
Specs
school
Howard
for doing all that kind of shit. So it was like you're doing what you like to do, you know?
Yeah.
And we were just there, and we were jamming out, and dude, we put black tarps in Ryan's garage. We had drums in there, bass, guitar. He was singing, I was on the guitar, and we were just jamming out.
Yeah.
All obviously lip singing and fucking doing that shit just because it was just a music video. And then we edited it, and it was spot on, dude.
It was so cool.
It was so cool. Like it looked like we were jamming too.
I remember because I actually had to sing the song, and there was a part where like, Ryan, let's zoom in on your eye, and then as you're acting, you know, as you're acting the music video out, and then will pull out of your eye when the chorus happens. And you motherfuckers, I sat there and I'm editing it, and I had to sing it to make sure I was on cue. And it was be deliverance, but I did that, and so it's real. The camera's like right up to my face. It's like be deliverance, and I did that, and you guys made fun of me so much. I was like, "Fuck you guys."
But it was so cool, though.
yeah. Well, and obviously, once the song went over it, you know, I cut that audio out. But it was just one of those perfect things. I was like, son of a bitch.
We were 19. So fuck it.
God, yeah. Was that so? That was so cool. Yeah. Oh my God, I gotta find a way to get on that.
I wish you could, dude. I told so many people, but you should see this music video because it is so cool. Like, you thought, like, damn, dude, that could probably been a music video because how we shot everything.
Yeah, it was cool.
We don't have the best editing, or not editing, but effects and stuff like, you know, actual music videos did. But with a little bit of, you know, if Korn did ever see it and was like, dude, we're going to fucking run with this.
Yeah.
It would have been a badass music video, man.
Yeah, it was cool.
Dude, that would have been it.
Remember stopping it? Damn it. Remember stopping it? And, you know, the girl's like, I love you. I'm like, liar. Yeah. Oh, I gotta find a way to get on that.
Was
so because
cool.
I did that because the song "Liar"
mm-hmm.
Oh my God, so cool. Yeah,
that was cool.
Good times. I think 10's a little mean, but put those 3 songs on there. I really think this sits at number 5.
Like I said, I got it at 9, so
I think it easily sits at number 5 or 6 if I were to give it for its effort, if I were to give it a grade, a tier. No, I'm not doing the tier. Fuck that. We're doing it the hard way.
Walk away from that.
All right, so weird time for me. You're off.
Yep, I was gone.
You're gone.
I didn't get to hear this album for a while.
Yeah,
it was probably 2008, maybe. Shoot, it might have been even later than that for me.
Yeah, and then the Untitled. They didn't even come up with a name for it. It's just called Untitled.
Untitled album.
I remember Evolution came out.
It's a bit strange, right?
Yeah, I remember Evolution came out.
The whole thing was experimental.
Yeah, Evolution came out and it was more electronic-y sounding.
Yeah, I actually have that written down.
Yeah, and I was like, okay, like, different. The song's not terrible by any means, but I was like, okay, this album's going to be different. And then they released the second song, I Will Protect You, which ended up being the last song. And I was like, fuck. I was like, okay, I'm not really digging this sound. This is way lighter.
Mm-hmm.
Everything seemed very watered down. And weird sound, choppy. Nothing was fluid, like. So it started off with Starting Over, no pun intended, and I love that song. I was like, oh, I dig this. Weird. And then it just sucked.
Yeah.
It sucked.
Yeah.
And
I kind of stole a note from, because when I was reviewing all these, I stole this note from someone. I can't remember who it was, so I can't really say it. But they put Untitled could be compared to the Deftones' Saturday Night Rest. Because both albums show like a shift towards like a border and more creative style.
It was like alternative, like.
Yeah, I was kind of like, you know, I feel like the Deftones really, I don't know. They followed Korn's direction, I guess you can say.
Yeah, I don't know.
Or I don't know, but
yeah. I felt like it would be like, hey, Radiohead, write a Korn album right now. You know what I mean? Like,
okay.
Like I really thought Munky took a big step back. Like the riffs weren't like. Korn had like it rolled. You think you're here to stay?
Yeah.
Blind, everything was just choppy on this. I was like, do, like it sounded empty. And one thing, I sat there, I was listening to this album, and I started gripping my steering wheel because I started getting pissed. I was like, the 5th song in, I think it was Hold On, and I was like, where the fuck is Fieldy? They completely took him out of this album. When I hear Korn, I want to hear that clinkety clink bass. Mm-hmm. I want to hear that.
It lacks the Korn title.
Yeah,
like it doesn't sound 100% like Korn.
You hear Korn in you hear Fieldy in Everbee at the bridge when he's like, you know what part I'm talking about before the I was like, oh, this is Korn right here. This is it. This is it. And just as fast as it comes, it goes just as fast. And the whole, like, I was like, dude, this shit fucking sucks. Like, Starting Over, I really enjoyed. Everbee, I really enjoyed. And Killing, I really enjoyed.
Killing for sure. That really, that showed me the most. Like, that sounds like Korn. You know, like.
Yeah. But even that riff, dun, 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 like, everything was, like, so, like it was just choppy. Dun, 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 dun. Like, there was no, and the drummer, oh my gosh, Ray, it wasn't Luzier. What was the? Go ahead, Brandy. I'll let you go while I look this up.
No, I mean, you said pretty much everything I felt too. It doesn't fit. It really doesn't fit. They were working with the Matrix. Do you remember that?
Terry Bozzio, thank you. Yeah.
Thank you. And I think that's what a lot of the fans, it just didn't really sit well with a lot of fans.
Well, the Matrix was on See You on the Other Side, too. But I feel like, he took way over on this one.
Yeah, way, way more. Like, they explored an area that just didn't really sound like Korn, and I guess
it was so
it marked
weird.
An era to where Korn was kind of like uncertain to where they were going in the future. It was just like, what the hell is this? And the same thing what we were just talking about with oh my God, what am I just blanking out? See You on the Other Side. Why did I just blank out? It's
Hi,
like,
welcome back.
Okay. It kind of dipped down a little bit. You're like, okay, dude, we got some songs, but let's see what we got. Let's get back on track. And then it took another dip.
I don't even think this is a dip. I really think this is like pulling the floorboards out and just collapsing the foundation.
Well, they definitely fucking rolled on down the fucking the way. But so I have the Untitled album, even though it has good songs. I got them at 11.
Whoa, that's higher than I thought. Okay.
Yeah. I said it has a couple good songs.
Yeah.
But I got them at 11.
I have it at 13. And
ooh, wow.
I was going to, this was another one I could have flip-flopped with another album, but because it was mixed without, like, dude, there's no Fieldy. And I was pissed. Like, I was like, that's fucking bullshit. They even said, like, an interviewer was talking to Fieldy, and she goes, you got fucked. He goes, yeah, I don't have control over that. That's what you got fucked on this album. And he's like, I don't have any control of the mix. And, that's how I felt. I was like, that is bullshit. Like, it's not like Fieldy's, like, the biggest, best bass player, but he is certainly, like, he deserves, that's Korn's sound, is him. Mm-hmm. And you could really tell with Terry Bozzio, he's a great drummer, but holy fuck, did he not match? He was the worst drummer they could have picked for this album. And it's not that he's bad. He's a fantastic drummer. But, man, I don't know what the fuck was going on there, so not happy.
Yeah. I don't know.
All right.
Yeah, I stuck with 11.
Yeah. That one, to where that was the first Korn album, I couldn't remember the song titles. Like, that was the first one, like, 5 years later. I was like, I don't remember what song number so and so is. Like I could literally go to every
really
Korn song. Yeah. So it was a bummer, but whatever. What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
13.
Let's let's have an untitled track or untitled album, and then let's make another album, and we'll call it Korn III.
Fuck.
Yeah. Remember who you are.
Yeah. Yeah.
2010.
This one.
Whoa, man.
I know.
Whoa.
This album, I was actually fucking stoked about when I heard it. Like, hey, we're going to go back with Ross Robinson, who did the first two.
That's what I was like, old producer.
Yeah.
Let's do this, dude. Let's get back on track.
And then,
hold on, dude.
Yeah,
Watch this.
I was like, okay, let's see what happens here. And there was a big build up to it, and then they released Oildale. And I was like, this song is fucking awesome.
Yes, that's how I thought, man.
I was like, Korn's back. Thank God. Like, thank God. They're so back. And I went and got the album. And I was like, fuck. I was like, I'm going to like this no matter what. I don't care. And as hard as forced I felt trying to listen to it is how forced it felt them writing it.
Dude, they tried so hard to recreate that magic of the first few albums.
Yeah.
And it just did not catch.
And everyone agrees. Like, Ross Robinson said the same thing. He goes, that was a terrible approach for me.
It was rushed.
Yeah.
Didn't it feel rushed to you? Like, they're trying to get this out so fast.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't
know if it was just they wanted to get it out so fast, or the band wanted to hurry up and get it done so we can be back on top. I don't know what it was, but it just did not sit.
No,
well.
One thing, like, after this latest listen that I had of it, Ray, this was Ray's first album. David had since left the band, but Ray just did not match the Korn sound. He was very heavy on the snare, and Korn's never been a really heavy snare band. And after listening to this, I always thought, like, what would David have sounded on this? Because David has a real funk, I guess you could say, or a different rhythm. But I was like, man, I wonder, and it's no disrespect to Ray, but I was like, man, I wonder what David would have sounded like on this album, because there's some cool stuff on this, but there's a lot of just bad shit. And I honestly think the drumming is very good, but it doesn't match Korn.
No.
Yeah, I really think I think he should have, like, funked it up a little bit and see where it would have gone. But
and there's, like you said earlier, there's a lot of hype on this was going to bring them back to the roots. They really hyped it up too.
Yeah.
And man, it was just like a weak ass.
It was weak. It was
version of, I don't even know.
It's just what happens when you force something. And yeah, but
with 14.
14. Yeah, that was an easy one for me, like, real easy.
Yeah.
But
it's messy. It sucks. I mean, it's not Korn.
Dude, I tried so fucking hard. Korn. This album was the hardest I tried to ever like a Korn album.
Easy to lose interest listening to it,
Yeah.
Where you're like, oh yeah, put this on. Oh yeah, and this one you're like, let's change the CD.
Yeah.
It's just like, damn, dude.
Yeah.
Damn.
It was the time I started losing. Like, I was like, okay, I'm having a really hard time trying to defend Korn. Like, dude, I was talking to you before. Like, it was a point to where, like, all right, Korn cannot make anything bad for years for me.
No.
And that was where it was like, all right, they're human, and it shows. Yep. 14, all right.
Such as it is.
So I'll let you take the first one. I've been rambling on, I feel like. But December 6, 2011, The Path of Totality.
And I was like, all right, let's go again. Here we go. See what we got. Because it's been a couple years now. Few years. I don't know, has it? What am I thinking? Why am I going off here?
That's all right.
I looked at the number, and I was thinking of the year.
Right.
Not what year it was.
Right.
A year later.
Yeah.
They took a bold step with this album, I feel. They combined that heavy metal sound to that
dubstep.
Like dubstep.
Yeah.
Yep. They had Skrillex on.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not impressed.
This was almost the same fucking thing.
Lots of electronic in this.
Yeah. Well, that's what it was. That's what they wanted. It was almost the same thing as Korn 3 for me. They released Get Up, and I'm like, whoa! Like, all right, Korn's back. They're just going to have these guys, do some fucking crazy cool shit. And then I put the album on, and the first song, I'm like, oh, fuck. All right. Second one comes on, I'm like, oh, fuck. Like, I'm like, dude, what is going on? Like, it's
3 songs I liked in this. Maybe
I picked out
3
4.
songs.
What you got for your 3?
I picked Get Up, Narcissistic Cannibal, and Chaos Lies in Everything.
Lives. Chaos Lives in Everything.
Lives.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah. I was. Mine was Get Up, Way Too Far, Bleeding Out, and Narcissistic Cannibal.
Okay. Maybe 4. Yeah.
Yeah. It was. I mean, is it as bad as Korn 3? Nowhere fucking near.
No.
Is it good as the ones that are gonna follow? No, not for me. Maybe. But it was. The problem is they experimented with the dubstep, and dubstep is pretty much gone now.
Yeah.
And it's time stamped. This is not a timeless album. Korn cannot. Mm-hmm. This is it. It's there. That's where it'll be like forever.
Yeah. It was a messy album. Again, this is like we were talking earlier about. I can't remember which one it was. Shit. I don't remember what album, but it didn't have a clear direction on where they're going with this one again. It did not sound like Korn. And
yeah.
Some of the tracks did, like we talked, but a lot of them were just
It was forgettable. Like, I feel like a lot of people, I feel like a lot of people don't even really bring this up, but My Wall was cool too. I'll say that too. My Wall was really cool, but
yeah, I mean,
it's not one. If I go to the Korn catalog, this is not one that
you would show off.
I show off, and that is why I have it resting at number 12.
I got it at 13.
Okay.
So, I just wasn't impressed by it that much. And like you said, I put the 3 songs down. Those are my 3 songs.
Yeah.
I'll give it to you.
For me,
we can go 4 on them.
Yeah, for me, this rounds off. I think
it's a dubstep. It might be the dubstep, and there's just too much electronic sound to it.
Well, I didn't like how Jonathan sang on this either. The fucked outside of me. I didn't like it. In a lot of areas, I didn't like the way he sang. But
it did sound a little sketchy there, but
yeah,
it is what it is. But that's where it's gonna sit with me at 13.
Yeah,
so,
for sure.
You had it at 12.
12, yeah.
You said 12. Okay.
All right, so Korn goes on tour, and I think it was Carolina Rebellion. Head joins them on stage to play Blind. Yeah, how cool was that? And Head ends up rejoining the band.
Correct.
And the Paradigm Shift comes out.
Mm-hmm.
I was so... This is backwards of Korn 3 and Path of Totality. I was so fucking excited that Head was back. I was like, oh my God. I can't wait for this first song. I was working third shift. I knew the song was coming out the next day. I was like, oh, I can't fucking wait to hear this. What is the single they're going to release for Head's Return? And they released that piece of shit, Never Never. I was like, what in the fuck is this? It's one of the worst singles they've ever released. I was like, this is what you release on Head's Return? You've lost your fucking mind. I was so pissed. I was like,
I know.
I was like, what?
I thought the same thing. I was like, Head's returning. Some of the songs, him and Munky were meshing great. Everything was sounding good.
Yeah.
Never. I did not like it.
I honestly think I've listened.
Never. Again.
Yeah. I've listened to that song twice all the way through. I'm not kidding. I hate that fucking song.
I think my favorite song on that album I put down it's All Wrong.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's probably my favorite song.
The only problem I had with It's All Wrong, like right when that started, I was like, wow, that sounds like Somebody Someone. Like it's very similar. It reminded me of Somebody Someone.
Bit, yeah. Okay, I can see that.
The main riff, but it was a okay album, but it had a lot of lows. Like the choruses, a lot of the choruses in the songs didn't really stand out to me, and there was still a lot of dubstep influence on this album. You could hear it in some of the songs, and like what I'm talking about, choruses lacked. Punishment Time has one of the worst choruses Jonathan Davis has ever written. I was like, what the fuck is going on? Like, the cool riff, and I was like, what a wasted, it felt wasted to me. But Love and Meth was great.
I bashed on him about the electronic shit earlier, but Love and Meth was nice. I did enjoy that.
Yeah, and then
with that side.
One song
for me.
No, I don't hear anyone mention this song, and I fucking love the song. Is Paranoid and Aroused. Oh my god, I love it's a banger and it's awesome. I enjoyed Mass Hysteria.
I liked it.
Spike in My Veins was cool, but it reminded me of a song that could have been a Path of Totality, but it would have been probably one of the better songs on Path of Totality. And then Victimized, I loved. And they just played that live for the first time during the quarantine. They played on a fucking parking garage. And they played that for the first time. I thought that's a cool song, but definitely expected a lot more with Head coming back.
Oh, I agree. I thought we were going to be back on. This is it.
Yeah,
we're back on. And I wasn't too thrilled. Like I said, I got a couple songs on here. Spike in My Vein, It's All Wrong.
It felt they mailed it in. I'm not kidding. Where do you have it?
Number 12.
I have it at 11.
Yeah.
Okay.
It just never, I don't know. And this was another weird time for me. 13, I was just moved into my house, and I think that's when I started listening to it. So I was a new homeowner, and shit was just not, I don't know, there's a lot of shit going on. So maybe I didn't get a full good listen to it, but I mean, you're only one off from where I am, so maybe I did.
I just expected so much more.
I agree. I mean,
but yeah, there's too much forgettable shit on the album. But for me, this was they get going again, I feel. So we'll go from there.
Okay. So the next.
What you got?
Album. 2016. So this is 3 years later now.
Yes. Significantly.
Damn.
Long time.
3 years. I thought they were done. I'm not going to lie. I was like, dude, they just had 3 albums come out and they didn't do good.
No.
So I thought, to be honest, I really thought they were done. was like, you might see them here or there, do their thing and whatnot, but
yeah.
Well, okay, hold on, because Serenity of the Suffering.
Yeah, lots of high points on this.
Yes,
on this.
I agree. I was like, okay, hold on now.
I finally had.
Because this was feeling like Korn again.
Yeah, I was able to exhale when they released "Rotting in Vain." I was like, oh, thank you. One of my favorite songs. It's like, thank you. They did it. They did it. They finally did it. Here, like, it was the first time I was like, okay, now it sounds like they're back. Mm-hmm. And then, dude, the album opens with Insane, another fantastic song. Goes into Black is the Soul. I was like, oh, man, like, this is so good. And then, like, for me, anyway, it really felt like it started dipping a little bit.
Okay.
Let's pull up the track listing. So
we had A Different World.
See, okay, The Hating.
I love that song. The Hating,
I didn't dig too. I hate when bands start singing at the beginning of songs sometimes, and it didn't do it for me. A Different World, I hated Corey in it. I expected so much more from him.
Man, I actually liked that song.
I expected more from him. I really did.
Oh man, that breaks my heart.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
No, it was different. Like when I seen that the collaboration with Corey Taylor, I was like, oh, dude, this is gonna be bad.
Finally, and
Yeah, no shit, right? I still put it on as one of my favorite songs on this album. I guess it's lower than the other ones, but like Rotten in Vain.
Yeah.
And Black is the Soul. Like those songs are brilliant. But I do kind of wish Corey Taylor just I thought it was going to be. It should have been better.
Yeah.
It should have been better.
But
and maybe this is what they needed. Having a 3-year gap, they could actually sit down and.
I feel like they were able to stand on some solid ground. Right?
The last albums are coming out year after year. Yeah. Bam, 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 and.
Yeah.
Take a break. Fucking, go see the world.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have a drink.
But then they had Take Me, which that song reminded me of See You on the Other Side. I felt like I was like, okay, it's all right.
It's a good song too.
Everything Falls Apart was that was okay. But this is where the album picked up for me, like, big time. And Die Yet Another Night, I love that song. When You're Not There, love that song. Next in Line was fucking weird. Like, that didn't fit. That song did not fit on this. Like, where it was at. It was like, did they, like, sprinkle in a B-side, like, right in the middle of it? And then Please Come For Me. So I feel like this album was like kind of like a roller coaster. Like it had its highs, and then through the middle it had its lows, and then it picked back up at the end.
It did. It was kind of wavy.
Yeah,
I mean,
and
roller coaster effect, right, man?
Yeah,
I'll take that, I guess, over the shit that we have been listening to.
No, it was much better. I kind of feel like I should have this higher. Like just now that we're talking about it, but I'll stand firm where I have it at. I have it at 9. Too.
Damn, dude.
I think I have it too low. Fuck.
I have it at 7.
Okay.
I don't know. I guess it depends.
Yeah.
I'm looking at your list right now. Yeah.
But that's the motherfucker of this all. It's not that it's bad. It's just there's so much good shit before it. You know what I mean?
It's hard to put what you have put on there. So
yeah.
I feel like that's an acceptable spot for that.
Yeah.
But a lot of people, when I was like seeing, like I remember telling you, I started looking to see what other people have, because I was like, dude, what if I have these all fucked up? And I didn't want to sound like an idiot.
Right.
So I started looking at some of these. Dude, some of these people, and I told you, some of these people didn't even have Korn's debut album as number 1. They had it like 5 and 6.
Yeah, that's fucking dumb.
And Serenity of Suffering, some of them had it at 14. So I was like, you know what? Maybe I don't feel that bad.
Yeah.
Because some of these people out there are just horse shit.
Yeah.
But
so
no, so this definitely improve from what we've listened to the past years.
It felt like they started adding oil on the machine again. Like, all right, they're getting their bearings again. They haven't written together, and with the paradigm shift, they haven't written together in almost 10 years. Mm-hmm. And then, that album gets released. It does okay, but then Jonathan Davis's ex-wife passes away. And everyone thought the same fucking thing. They're like, oh my
I did
God.
not know that.
Yeah. Everyone thought, oh my God, the next album's going to be so fucking good.
I remember her dying. I don't remember it being that time frame.
Yeah, it was just before The Nothing.
Okay.
And that's where we're at. The Nothing. Another almost 3 years. September 13th, 2019.
But look what happened.
Dude, I remember I was working second shift. It was 10:30. I drove home, made it home by 11, and I was like, I'm fucking waiting. I'm waiting for this album to come out at midnight, and I'm going to play some college football, and I'm going to listen to it. And I literally just, 11:59 happened, I just refresh, like, all right, reopen the app. Midnight happens. I was like, oh, yeah. And I was like, all right, let's give it a shot, because like this one, it always, like, I got nervous on this one because I was expecting a lot, and then they released You'll Never Find Me, and I was like, fuck, that song doesn't do it for me.
Really? Damn it.
Well,
I loved it.
I like it, but
a
lot of people that reacted to this song, because I was like, oh, I'll see what people think. When it starts at, I was like, oh, this song's going to drop. Here we go. And he just starts singing. And it's just stays the same.
Yeah.
And I was like,
I feel you.
I was like, okay, fuck. I was like, all right. But it's not that it was a bad song, but I was like, okay, what am I going to expect here? Like, what's to expect? But the ending of that song made me feel really good. I'm lost. You'll never find me. And I was like, okay, here we go. But good. I'm glad we're not seeing completely eye to eye to this. But man,
when you told me about this, you were like, dude, Korn's new album, and I remember you saying, "That's all I'm saying." I was like, oh,
yeah,
okay,
yeah.
So
yes, because
I remember listening to it later on. It was a while, because I remember like, did you listen to it? I'm like, no, dude, I haven't listened to it yet, dude.
Oh yeah.
But then I finally listened to it. I think I was at the gym, if I remember correctly, and I started listening to it, and I was like, oh, hold on,
yeah,
what?
Yeah,
like, dude, I was like, I remember listening to like 4 songs, and I'm like, holy shit, dude.
Yeah.
And it was like Cold.
Cold is fucking insane.
Oh shoot, I can't. Like I said, You'll Never Find Me. I enjoyed, and the darkness is revealing.
Yes.
Oh man, dude, I was like, dude, this sounds like Korn, dude.
Yes.
Like,
yes.
We're good. We're coming back.
Yeah, we're back, baby.
Yeah. Cold. Yeah. You Can't Hear Me, dude. I was like, dude, this is it, man.
Yes.
I was like, I can't believe this.
Yeah.
Like the whole album, I really enjoyed.
So did I.
Really enjoyed.
Yeah, it was the only part that dipped for me, and I actually got nervous, was when I heard the first few chords of Finally Free, and I was like, ooh. And then I was like, okay, it's good. Okay. But
yeah, I mean,
dude,
I don't have it on my top. But
yeah, it's the opening, the bagpipe sounds like a funeral.
Yeah.
And then Cold comes in, down,
Yep.
down, and dude, the darkness is revealing. I'm so glad you brought that song. I love that song.
It's such a badass song, dude.
Yeah, Idiosyncrasy.
Such a bad song.
Even the slow song, Can You Hear Me? I love that song. Because I never come back again. Gravity of Discomfort. Harder.
Badass song,
yes.
Dude. Badass song.
And I should have said on the last album was the first time where I felt Ray really matched up with the band. I was like, all right, Ray's got it. He's got the Korn feel to it.
Mm.
And this one, same thing. Yeah, this album, I was like, okay, Korn has returned. This is easily the best thing they put out in years. I would almost, like, now that I'm going back through it, everything below this, I mean, it was years.
Yeah.
Years.
It's been a long time.
Yeah, honestly, it was the best one since, for me, it was the best one since Untouchables.
Mm-hmm.
And I was very, very, very happy with this album. Very good album.
Yeah.
And I kept reading, like, oh, it's shit. And I'm like, I don't know how. Like,
I don't
that was
what, you know, and I read that too.
I was like, I don't know what you want from Korn then. Like, I really don't, like, I don't know. But for me, I have it resting very comfortably at number 6.
Yeah. Wow.
I could have put it higher.
I don't know why.
This was another flip-flop one for me.
This album got me so pumped up because I listened to this album quite often was when I was at the gym. What did you say you had him at? Sorry.
6.
You had 6? Okay. I have it at number 4.
That's cool.
Yeah. Like, I was like, I almost kind of feel like I'm dissing Untouchables. But this album just, I don't know what it is. I just really, really enjoyed this album.
Yeah.
And like we said, we're going through those songs. I just remember and it has to be the gym. It has to be. It's just like, damn, dude. All these songs got me so fucking pumped.
Yeah.
And that's just something that hit me at that time.
Sure.
So, but yeah, I got them at number 4, dude.
All right.
And I loved it.
Hell yeah. I stand by that. I'll endorse you on that.
And like, dude, they needed that. They needed that big time.
Yeah.
It was getting better, right?
Oh,
we're going uphill.
Yeah, I mean,
whoa, where we hit that.
Yeah, this if we were doing a tier thing, I'm not gonna do it, but this sitting at number 6, it's running into a buzzsaw with those top 5. Like, that's not fair. Like, I felt, that's why I said, like, dude, I just went from what number did I put I mean, if you think about it, we went from number 9. So we went from 14 to 11. So we're climbing up.
Yeah.
You know, 14, like 11, we had 9, 6. So we're trending.
Serenity of Suffering was 7 for me.
In the right way.
Nothing was 4. So we're going back up.
Yeah.
Baby. Here we go.
So then COVID happens. It's a fucking nightmare. Mm-hmm. All the bands are delayed. They're this and that. But for me, it was exactly what Korn needed again to avoid a push out. And they released Requiem on February 4th, 2022. And this was another one. I was at work and I was like, all right, midnight. I'm listening to it. And holy shit, I love this album. Very short. Very, very, very short. But man, did I enjoy the living shit out of it. Yeah. Start the Healing came out. That was their first single. And I was like, oh, there we go.
That was a good one.
Yes.
That was a good one.
I was like, this is a great single. And I was like, all right, let's listen to it. I love it. Forgotten, Let the Dark Do the Rest, Lost in the Granger, My Confession. I will never forget.
My Confessions is awesome.
Yeah, I will never forget when I sent you a timestamp. I said, hey, be ready when this part hits on Worst It's On Its Way.
Yeah.
It's
one of my favorite songs on this album.
Dude, when that started happening, I was at work. I was like, yeah! Like, I was like, the scat is back, baby!
Yeah.
And then he brought it back at the end, and I was like, I started flipping shit in my office. Like, yeah!
Yeah. It was another successful album. Following the Nothing. It was great.
It was so strong.
I almost kind of I feel bad because where I have them
Uh-oh. Yeah. Oh, I know.
Yeah.
That's how I feel right now. But
I mean, obviously, I know where you have them because this is the
right.
last one
Yeah.
that just fit in.
But
So.
Requiem, it felt. I feel better about their next album coming out now because we just had 2 in a row that were worthy, strong, and I hope they continue in this direction. Because I was very happy with Requiem, and I have it sitting very comfortably at number 5.
Yeah. I got them at number 8.
Woo.
Yeah, I know. And I'm going to blame this because I did not listen to this album enough, maybe.
Sure.
So if I would listen to this more, it might have been able to push it up.
Yeah.
Definitely push it up past, I have Serenity of Suffering at number 7. I could probably jump that one for sure if I listened to it more, but I just did not get a chance. I liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I got it at number 8. The follow-up album for nothing. It was good.
Yeah,
it was definitely better than
album.
the shit that they came out with, in the mid 2010s or whatever you want to call it. But
it just made me kind of feel like we didn't have the consistency from Korn in close to 2 decades for me. Like, I was very nervous. I was like, okay, what are they going to do? Where are we going to be at? Because, I mean, if you look at my bottom 3 is 2007, 2010, and 2011. So it's like, fuck. It's been a nightmare. And
yeah, I mean, I'm right there with you.
Yeah, and then we finally get some consistency that I feel like Korn had lacked for a long time, and they're back, and they came back with a vengeance, and I was very happy with it.
Yeah. So I mean, that definitely could change for me if I give it more of a listen.
Yeah,
and I feel like that would. So I listen to a lot of music when I'm in the gym. When all this came out, because did this come out earlier in the year?
February.
Okay. That's what I figured. I took a break out of the gym for 6 months because
Your neck?
I herniated that disc.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that would have been the time I would have been listening to this.
For sure. Well, I get it.
You sent me this, and it was like a random, like, oh, yeah, I'll listen to some songs here, and I didn't get a chance to really enjoy it.
Right.
So it's almost like I gave it the benefit of the doubt and put it in the middle of the pack.
Sure.
So again, I feel bad because I was like, dude, this is not a bad record. Like, it definitely can be adjusted. The way I put it, and like I said, I kind of feel bad the way I did it, but I'll stand by it.
Yeah, sure.
For now, until we come out with more, and then I can readjust and reshuffle.
Hell yeah.
So, but there it is.
Yeah.
There is our Korn top albums ranked.
That was so hard.
Extravaganza.
That was so hard to do. That was
It was very fucking hard. It was very fucking hard, dude.
I mean, the top is so strong.
It is.
It's like, man, how good luck.
I figured we'd have the same top. Like, I was like, it's got to be right there.
Yeah.
There's no way.
No, I mean, there was nothing like them. There wasn't. They were like the founders of that style, and they just had it mastered for so long, and it is what it do be,
Yeah. No shit, right?
So should we power through top 10 favorite songs by them? You got that?
Let's go. I did not put top 10. I just put my top songs.
Okay, how many you got?
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
All right, we'll do 5.
So I am wondering if I stopped because I stopped and then I went right on to the Dream set.
Sure. Well, yeah. I'll do 10. You can do 5. Fuck it.
Yeah. So
fuck it.
This is no order though. I don't have like
no, me neither.
ranking. There's no way I could do that. I didn't have time. There's no way. That'd be hours.
These would be the songs I would be like, here's Korn. You know?
Yeah. So Thoughtless is one. Coming Undone, Blind. This might be surprising to you. Shoots and Ladders.
No.
Somebody, Someone. And then, like I said, I stopped and it's like the next line was Dream Set.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I stopped. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe I just like oh, you know what I did? I started writing out the dream set like how I wanted it. That's what happened, and then I just stopped.
Yeah. Mine. Ooh, this stuff. I want to add one. If I were to be like, I want you to show you the highlights of Korn for me, I would do Need To, Blame,
Yes,
Souvenir, Blind, Ball Tongue, Dead Bodies Everywhere.
Oh, god damn. Yeah, see,
Got the Life.
Not spend time on that.
Yeah, Got the Life, No Place to Hide, Alive, demo version, Lies, and The Worst is on its way.
Solid.
Lies. Did you know that's Brian Head Welch singing the chorus? Do you ever say outside your fears, thinking about your life?
No way.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. All right. Well, I want to hear your set list.
So this is why I stopped, because I was like, I wanna set the mood for this. Okay. You're standing there, lights are down low, right?
Mm-hmm.
Korn's coming on stage. Whatever band just finished, they're setting up the band, getting ready. A light fog sits over the stage. Dimmed lighting, you can see movement on the stage. You're like, what's going on? And then all you hear is bagpipes and Shoots and Ladders starts playing.
Yo.
I wanted that so bad. I thought that was so sweet. I was like, dude, this is badass. But then Shoots and Ladders goes, Falling Away From Me, Here to Stay, Twist, Coming Undone, Adidas, Got the Life, Clown. And I want them to reenact the whole entire intro too.
Okay.
As they're on stage. They're just going, you know.
Yeah.
Somebody, Someone, Make Me Bad, Thoughtless, Right Now, Word Up, Freak on a Leash. And then I wanted them to end with Freak on a Leash and then come back for an encore with Blind.
Nice.
And then just come back out real quick. Are you ready? Just,
yeah.
I was like, yes.
Diggity.
Yeah.
All right. I want the set to start with For You. And then For You. Do, do, do. Bam. And then Here to Stay.
Yes.
Once that ends, Adidas. Twist into Good God. We'll slow it up a little bit to avoid people dying. Go into Counting on Me. And then we'll dip into Freak on a Leash. Then we'll go into Rotting in Vain. And then we slow it down, dip into Falling Away From Me. And then it stops. And then Shoots and Ladders. They sing it all the way to the bridge. Then instead of going, you hear in the do-do-do-do-do-do, you hear Jonathan go, fuck all that bullshit, and then go into Justin, and then as they're on the last, go into Clown, then end with Clown, have it dark for like fucking 5 minutes. And you just hear the and then Blind for the encore. Yep. And then they go into Blind.
That's how I wanted it.
And then they go into Worse is on its way. And then once the end of Worse is on its way, it's your Did My Time. Then once Did My Time ends, they end with No One's There.
Nice. I just realized I started my encore with Blind and never finished. just one song.
Yeah.
That's it. I was like, damn, I didn't finish. You know what I put after that?
What?
the 2 dates we went and seen Korn.
Goodbye, Ted.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Damn it.
That's cool.
That's fucking sweet, dude. Fucking sweet.
God, I'm glad we did this.
That was fun.
Not everyone's a fan of Korn, but
no,
we do be finding some more people.
Yeah. You know, I just realized with my dream set, I don't have anything on the newer albums.
Yeah. No shit.
When you started saying all that, I was like, I don't have Justin on here. I was like, I don't have anything on new albums.
Yeah.
Thoughtless was probably maybe Coming Undone. Fuck.
Yeah,
whatever.
wow.
Okay. I guess I like the original shit a lot more.
Yeah, I mean, that's how it do be. We should rank the albums
Cool.
to see if the original is what you really like. No, I'm kidding.
All right. Top 50 songs. Let's do this right now.
Oh, criminy.
Oh, fucking A, dude. This is awesome. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, me too. But all right, dude, let's wrap this one up. I got a kid crying upstairs, apparently.
Yeah, shit happens.
So,
no.
but all right, hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Like, subscribe, share. Please.
Follow.
Yes.
Comment.
We are on all
whatever else
podcast platforms, Facebook, YouTube. I want to thank everyone that has been there since the beginning. X, Instagram. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed it. Like, share, subscribe, and yeah, that's all I got for today.
Till next time, my friends.
See you later.